Hey everybody, Shaving Nobody Else's Auto here at Mecum with our good friend Jim Wicks, Ford Expert, Ford Guru. You guys all know that. You've seen the videos. You know how much Ford knowledge this guy has in his head, and it is insane. What we're going to check out today is a kind of a unique Ford, kind of a one-year only type Ford, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is a one-year only. This is often called the orphan. The orphan of the Ranchero world.
Obviously, Rancheros, just like El Caminos, have gotten extremely popular over the last several years. The values have gone through the roof, the demand has gone through the roof. But this is kind of different. This is a 66, which was kind of its own little world in the Ranchero
Entirely.
world.
It is the last of the Falcon Rancheros.
Which started in 60, right?
Which started in 60, and you had your 60 to 63 that were the rounded style body.
Right.
And then you had the 64 and 5 that are more thought of as the square Falcon. And then you have this car that's kind of in between. And for 67 in the Ranchero, they went to basing it off of the Fairlane instead of the Falcon.
So was 67 a one-year only deal as well?
67's 1 year also.
Before they went to the 68 body style that a lot of people are familiar with, 68,
68 and 69, the same. But so many people, this one's totally forgotten. It seems like the 67 is way more remembered because you could have got it with a 390.
Oh.
So a lot more of a hot rod, where this car was either a 6-cylinder or a 289. That was it.
Now back here, I mean, it's a full Ranchero, but this was Falcon based.
Yes.
So everything on this car is specific to the 66.
Yes, specific 66.
So it's something definitely different you don't see very often.
And of course, it's interesting to say that there's so many people that don't realize where a Ranchero came from. This was a station wagon.
So the original 60 Falcon Ranchero was a 60 Falcon wagon. They literally just chopped the roof off.
They chopped the roof off, and when you look at a Ranchero and you look down here, underneath that panel is the back floorboards.
Just like for the seat.
For the seat, and the panel that the seat would mount on. And if you take this piece of trim off right here, there's a slot. That's where the window came up. So it's just a matter of what they used to do this, and they made unique quarter panels. Okay. And everything else is station wagon.
So basically this quarter panel skin is the same, but the structure's all wagon.
Yes.
So they made a separate skin and different moldings.
Yes.
And had a Ranchero.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cut the roof off. Filled in with the rear window panel.
Was the 57 to 59 Ranchero, that was based on a wagon as well?
Yes,
on a full-size wagon?
Same thing.
So they just downsized it, stuck with the same concept, went with the wagon structure, and came up with a Ranchero.
That's the way it worked.
So for this 66, basically everything is unique to it?
Yeah, pretty. The tail lights are the same as a station wagon. Again, we get to this kind of stuff. The
tailgate itself.
The tailgate itself. This is a station wagon tailgate. See, this would be how you would jump in the back right here.
The same metal panel as a wagon.
Same metal panel as the wagon.
And inside, this is just kind of a nice little driver. Black interior, bucket seats, automatic.
Like the bucket seats they've put in there. Actually, these bucket seats, very rare to find one of these with factory bucket seats. Bucket seats in this truck are out of a 60 Thunderbird.
Oh, okay.
But they look like they fit perfectly.
They fit excellent,
and it just got the right look.
Now, was this Ranchero emblem, was that a 66 only emblem, or did they use a similar
No,
emblem?
they continued that on into the later years.
Now, one thing you did mention, these were available as 6-cylinder or 289, but this one says 302 on it.
Well, this one's been upgraded. It had a 302 motor put in it, and something else that is totally unique about these is that when you get into the engine corset in here, the Falcon engine corset basically is the same as a Fairlane. Okay. From there forward, the substructure, so it has the wider shock towers. Okay. So a big block will fit in these. They never offered it with a big block, but it's there. It could be done. It's a drop-in.
So they just changed this part on the Falcon structure from the Fairlane. And this one's been dressed up a little bit, aluminum intake, aluminum valve covers. So
yeah, this car just looks like it would be a ton of fun. Power steering,
so it's easy to drive.
Modern ignition, everything's, oh, what a little sweetheart just to get in and drive.
Yeah, and it's different. A 1 year only car, so much, and there again, it's unique. You're not going to go park next to 27 more of them. No, because it's a 1 year only car, and it's a specialty car. But the thing about it is, if you were going to do one of these cars, how would you find all these 66 only parts?
That does become a problem.
It'd be tough. This car here, you get in it, you turn the key, and you go. But that's why we always like hanging out at Mecum. We always see this different stuff that's cool, and when it's Ford stuff, I always know you've got a ton of great insight on it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. This, to me, again, it's all about people having fun with cars.
Yeah.
And if they can go out and buy a car like this very reasonably, this car maybe in the light 20s.
Yeah.
And what a ton of fun. And
get in, turn the key and go drive it.
Mechanically, you can go down to any parts store and buy any parts you need to keep it on the road.
And that's something a lot of people need to think about when you look at something like this, is simplicity to work on 5 years down the road if you did need to do something to a car that you bought. So
sure, absolutely. The entire, there's all of the Mustang stuff basically suspension wise that will make forever bolts right on this car.
So this is an extremely user-friendly car.
A very user-friendly car.
And if somebody wanted to upgrade down the road, all those Mustang upgrade parts,
you could use the Mustang disc brakes to put right on this.
Can go onto this platform.
Or if you were lucky enough to find an old Granada or Monarch, or even a Maverick that came with disc brakes, that will all bolt right on this car.
Wow, so a car like this has a ton of potential.
Yes.
And it's different and unique. And you can take it to Home Depot.
And you can go to the grocery store, take it to Home Depot, enjoy riding around the kids at the lake.
Well, super cool car, something definitely different, but that's why we always like to corner Jim while we're at Mecum, because we always find something different in the Ford world that you can enlighten us on. And speaking of the Ford world, you've got your show coming up. When is that?
Sir.
Next week?
Yeah, Mid-America Ford and Shelby Nationals. This will be our 49th year.
49th year.
49 years ago, I had a picnic. I had 16 cars and 30 people. And in the heyday, we had as many as 1,300 cars with people from 37 states and 8 foreign countries. So Ford Motor Company is a major sponsor with us. They'll bring $1 million worth of assets in play. Corporate Shelby American comes. If you want to see some really, really neat Ford stuff, this is 4 full days, as hard as you can run. Wide open, 2-day open track, road course event, vintage road race exhibition, drag strip event, car show, swap meet, cruise in, Route 66 drive. This is not a lawn chair show. This is come out, run your tail off, and enjoy.
It'd be
Ford
a must-see thing
families
for
and fun.
anybody, but if you're a Ford guy, it's a definite.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that's coming up right here in Tulsa.
Right here in Tulsa. We'll open up next Wednesday.
And you're at Mecum Tulsa this weekend.
Yeah.
You plan on sleeping any in the next week or 10 days?
This is my last day off right here. If you could call it that.
Well, once again, it's not a bad way to spend a day off when
not
you're
at all
out here. I mean, it could be worse.
No, a good day with old cars is better than a day at the office any day.
That's for sure. So, as always, Jim, we appreciate it. We hope you guys enjoyed the little Falcon Ranchero, the last Falcon-based Ranchero.
Yeah, the last Falcon.
And learn something a little bit different about him, because that's the whole purpose of this. So, thanks to Jim for sharing that. We're going to go check out what else is going on. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and hope you learned something. Jim, as always, I thank you for your time and your knowledge, and we'll see you soon.
All right.